All right, so plot the points. -6, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 1. -6. All right, now you got to be careful when you're plotting the points. Make sure I would double check them. All right. Now this one seems a little bit easier because there's at least one vertical line. All right, and I forget already what we're finding. The centroid. All right, so this is the centroid. So the centroid is the what?
The center of the triangle.
Yes, but what is it? What are we constructing? 3 what?
The lines that go through the middle.
The 3 what?
Medians.
Medians, thank you. The 3 medians. All right, we're going to construct the 3 medians. All right, so the first median I would suggest is, let's look at this guy right here.
Wait, Mr. J, I think yours is wrong. Yeah.
Is mine not plotted correctly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
The one on the right. Oh, never mind.
6, 1, -6. I think that's what is wrong.
Never mind. I was thinking it.
All right. So medians are midpoints, correct? So if this right up here is P and this is Q and this is R, what's the midpoint of PR? Remember, midpoint is just the average. Come on, if you forget this, you need to write yourself some notes. Midpoints is the average. So it'd be 0 what? Help me. Midpoints. I'm doing the midpoint of PQ.
8.
0 what?
Oh, 0, 1. Oh, 0, 5.
0, 5, right? 0, 5. All right. Because we're adding, I'm sorry, I said PQ. All right, but I'm looking at PR. All right, I'm sorry. So everybody take a look again. That was my fault. P and R, the midpoint.
Oh,
all right.
0.
So the midpoint is the X is
-6, 1.
yes, -6, 1. So I agree. So it'd be like right there. Is everybody okay with that?
We don't define the midpoint.
You add the X's, right? You add the X's and divide by 2. Add the X's and divide by 2. So now if I draw that straight here, so this one should be a little bit easier because it's already that first equation, right, is automatically what? Y equals what?
1.
1. Yes.
Wait,
if you wanted to say y equals mx plus b, the slope of a horizontal line is 0, right? Right. Come on now. Now's the time. All right. We're trying to find where the lines intersect. So that's the first line, correct?
Yep.
Now we're going to find let's just find the midpoint of PQ. So what's the midpoint of PQ? 0 what? 0, 5. So someone is telling me that 0, 5 is the midpoint. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like the midpoint to me. Is everybody okay with that? Right? Now I'm drawing from here to here. That's the median. Now, based off that information alone, I can look at that and say the answer is what? Yeah, do we agree it's -2, 1? That's not that hard, but that's an easier problem only because why? Only because you can see it, right? Right.
How did they know the midpoints with that? Like, how did they find out?
Well, what is the formula for midpoint?
Oh, it's X,
That's what I'm saying. Some of you guys, I'm saying these are the important facts. Write them down. If you don't know, write them down. I said the midpoint formula is the average of the x's and the average of the y's. I just don't know what you're struggling with. Write that down. The formula for midpoint, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. That's how you find the midpoints. So does everybody agree the midpoint for PQ? All right. That point was 0, 5. This point right here was 0, 5. This point right here was -6, 1. Now, all I need to know was the point of intersection. I think that's the point of intersection because it turned out so nicely. All right, but let's just find the third line just to be sure. So I need someone to tell me or everyone calculate what the midpoint of RQ is.
0, -3. 0, yeah.
Right? Anybody? 0, -3. Are we all in agreement? So now I'm going to take this point, plot 0, -3. That looks like the midpoint. Now we draw from here to here. And amazing, it went through that point. Do we agree? So let's say we weren't sure about that point. Here's how good I want you to be. All right, how many equations, how many line equations do I need to solve it? 2. Do we already have 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know it's y = 1. That's a nice one because it's horizontal. So now your job is to either find the red one or whatever. You've got to find either this line or this line. Does it matter which one? No. So how do I write the equation of the line? I need a point and a what? I need a point and a slope. Let's all agree to find the green one. All right, let's find this slope. All right. So please calculate that slope. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we get?
2.
2 or 1/2?
2.
2, right? Everybody
Yes.
double check me on that.
It's 2.
Is that slope 2, right? So the slope of that line is equal to 2, and it passes through what point? Well, R we know, and R is -6, -7. We could have also chosen 0, 5. Agreed? So now, what?
Where, wouldn't we say that where the y-intercept is?
I said you could use that point if you want.
Well, like,
Well, the reason I'm not sure is because I can't guarantee it's 0. Well, yeah, we do. So if you want to choose 0, 5, choose 0, 5. I already said that. Y plus 7 equals 2 times x plus 6. So now distribute y plus 7 equals 2x plus 12, y equals 2x plus 5. Which is good because that matches up with what we said it was, the y-intercept. Now I have these two lines, y equals 1 and y equals 2x plus 5. So now all I have to do is solve that line, and that will tell you the answer. So I plug what? 1 in for what? Y. If I plug 1 in for y, 1 equals 2x plus 5. -4 equals 2x, so x equals what? X equals -2. So that intersection point, what's the x coordinate of the intersection? And what's the y coordinate? 1, we just showed, that's the answer. -2, 1. You drew it out, but look, how, like, if I give you 3 to do, you're not gonna be able to come up with 5.3. You see what I'm saying? It's not always gonna work out nicely for you. Okay, now, again, I do think it's important for us. We should be a little faster. So I want to do number 3. All right, I'm going to give you number 2 for homework. All right, so everybody do number 3. Let's pull number 3 and let's see if we can get this number -5.3 comma 0. So now this is kind of awesome. -12.6. Flush. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. 4, 0. All right, see if yours kind of looks like mine. Everybody good with that? Is that what yours looks like?
No, I can't fit 12.
Yeah.
Like I can't fit on both sides, 12 and 8, because it's something bigger.
Well, then you need to reduce the size of your boxes. Yeah, go to size. It's really nice. You can fix it.
Wait, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. that's-
Yeah. How do you reduce the size?
Everybody good with?
Do it to it, should be good.
Okay, so now I've got P, I've got Q, and I've got R. All right. So help me find the midpoint of, let's just do PQ first. Come on, guys, help me out. Midpoint of PQ. Midpoint of PQ is what? -4.3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Midpoint of PQ is -4.3. Now, drawing your line from here to here. So now I need that slope. All right. So what is that slope? Slope of the blue line. Come on, guys.
-9/4.
Anybody get what?
-9/4.
Is it negative or positive? Be careful. Do you agree? Now again, we don't want to make mistakes on the positives and negatives, right? 9/4, do we agree? So slope is 9/4. Anybody have a problem with that? So now write the equation real quick, right underneath it. Y minus 3 equals 9/4 times x plus 4. Now I think it's important to just go ahead and solve for y. So y minus 3 equals 9/4 x plus 9. Does everybody agree with that? So y equals 9/4 x plus 12. All right, is everybody happy with that?
Oh, never mind.
Remember, the objective is to draw 2 lines. All right, we drew the first one. All right, you need to calculate the midpoint. All right, and then once you calculate the midpoint, you draw the line from the vertex to the midpoint. That is the median. All right. All right, now let's find RQ. All right, so now I'm going to change it to RQ, midpoint of RQ. What is it? Midpoint of RQ. Somebody said -2, -3. I'm not taking their word for it. I'm looking at R and looking at Q. Add them up. -4 divided by 2 is -2. -6 plus 0 divided by 2 is -3. So plus, if you plot it, you should see it's right on there. All right. Now, again, it's very difficult, right? If you're not understanding what I'm doing, it's just not possible to try to remember all this. All right. So now I'm drawing this right here. Do I agree with that? So now I need the slope of that. All right. Keep in mind, this is -2, -3. All right. So the slope of the brown line, or whatever color you think it is. Say it. Down how many and over how many? Or up and left? What? Is that right? -9/10. I got one person that says -9/10 and someone's trying to say something. Okay, -9/10. All right, anybody have an issue with that? Okay, so now we can write the equation. So y plus 3 equals -9/10 times x plus 2. Anybody got a problem with that? Do you agree with that? Everybody's agreeing? All right, come on now. Solve for y for me. Y plus 3 equals -9/10 x minus what? Thank you, -9/5. And now I have to subtract 3, right? So subtracting 3 is 15, right? 15 and 9 is what? So -9/10 x minus 24/5. Everybody agree with that? And then what was the other equation? So I'm taking these two equations. Come on, guys. Now this is where you got to pay attention. Taking these two equations. Copy, paste. And I'm solving them. Do we agree? Is everybody hearing me? Now, again, they can equal each other, but if you're confident, I'm confident you can solve that. All right. Now, this would be a good review for your entrance exams coming up at the end of the year when you go to your private school. All right, but let's take out your calculator in the interest of time. All right. Hustle up, hustle up, hustle up. And now type it in under Y1 and Y2. Type it under Y1 and Y2. Remember, you're calculating the point of intersection, which is second calc 5, enter, enter, enter. All right, the calc button is under the trace button, which is the top. All right, very top. It's like the third one over, I believe, or the fourth one. And everyone, please learn how to use your calculator. You can, no, you don't need to, you need to calculate the point of intersection. So you hit second, you can hit graph and you can see the lines intersect, correct? You're trying to find the point of intersection. So to try to find the point of intersection, it's second calc, then you hit 5, negative 5.3 repeated, comma, did it say 0? And was that our answer?
It was.
Everybody got that?
This is one.
Well, you just made a mistake typing it in, kiddo. You typed in the equations. Well, then you need to type the equations in. That's y equals. Go to y equals. Y equals. Clear those up. So the girl. Type in the equations. What?
I put it all right.
You did. The calculator's never wrong. All right. Well, come on up here. Let me show you what you did wrong.
Oh, I didn't do anything.
Wait, yeah, I was.
Negative 9/10 x minus 24/5. 9/4 x plus 12.
Wait.
Second calc intersection 5. Enter, enter, enter. I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Okay. Now, come on. What? Come on, come on. What's the problem?
Well, I typed it in and then I clicked second trace.
Hold on, graph it first. You're way out of sorts here. Zoom standard. That puts it back.
Okay.
Now, second calc
Okay.
intersection. Who else didn't get it? Come on, what, Liam? What? Come on up, girl. Hurry up. Now I want with the circumcenter. All right. I want to do one circumcenter and I want to do one orthocenter. Hopefully we have enough time. All right. So here we go. Bless you. All right. Let's find the circumcenter. All right. Stay with me. All right. So the circumcenter, do you remember the 3 perpendicular bisectors? Do we agree with that? All right, so let's plot the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Negative 2, 0. And 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so everybody looking at that, right? Yep. Everybody good? All right, so I need the perpendicular bisector. All right, I need the 3 perpendicular bisectors. So bisect means cut it in half, correct? So I still need the what? I need the midpoint. All right, so here is F, here is E, and here is D. Let's find the midpoint of FD, please. Find the midpoint of FD. What is that?
3.5.
What did we get?
Oh, wait, no, 4.5, 4.5.
Okay, so I don't really like that because that's decimals. Are the other two better? Let's look at EF. Let's do EF. The midpoint of EF is what? -1? Isn't it 1, 4? The midpoint is 1, 4. So over 1, up 4. So everybody agree with that? Now, here's the difference. We don't go from D. We need the slope of EF. Slope of EF. What's the slope of EF, guys? 4/3, correct? So I need the slope of the perpendicular. What's that? -3/4. Please, come on now. Keep up. So I agree the slope is -3/4. So now from the midpoint, I'm going to go what? Down 3 and to the right 4. So down 3, 1, 2, 3 to the right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it actually just went through D this time. All right. So there's my perpendicular bisector. It's lucky that it went through there. All right. So my equation of that line, all right. The equation of the line, I have the point and I have the slope. So y minus 4 equals -3/4 times x minus 1. All right, please, come on, don't write my work. Do your work. Anybody got a problem with that? All right. Now, y minus 4 equals -3/4 x plus 3/4. Then when I add 4, that equation is y equals plus 19/4. All right, are we okay with that? Yep, I'm going to keep it right up there. All right, now we tried FD, right? And that didn't work out, right? So let's see what ED is. ED is also a what? A decimal, right? So we'll just go with that. All right, so let's look at ED, the midpoint. The midpoint is what, people? 1.5, 0.5, right? So I'm going to go over 1.5, 0.5, so that's the midpoint. Now I need the slope of ED. Slope of ED is equal to what? Slope of ED. Come on. Very good. Not a comma, though. This is not a point, remember? So it's 1/7. Very nice. Slope of ED is 1/7. Do we agree? So now I need the slope of the perpendicular, which would be what? Bless you. -7. Is everybody okay with that?
What is that? I mean, the D mean.
Slope of ED. All right. So the slope of the perpendicular is -7. Do we agree? So from this point, oh, this is kind of ugly. I have to go down 7 and to the right 1, or I can go up 7 to the left. Yeah, up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then if I go up 7, I'm gonna have to go what? Left 1, which would be right here about.
How do you get exactly upset?
It's a half. right.
Wait,
Uh-oh. So I'm still short. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over 1 would be right there. Now from there, drawing this. Oh, wow. It looks like it's that midpoint, but I'm not going to trust myself. So now we got to write the equation. So the equation would be the equation of that. Come on, guys. What's that equation?
Y minus 1.5 is equal to
Y minus what?
1.5
0.5, right?
is equal to -7 x plus, no, x minus.
Thank you, buddy. All right. Now let's go ahead and distribute. So y minus 0.5 equals -7x plus, what is that, 10.5? Then you add 0.5, is that 11? Hope that's right. Anybody else get that? All right, so those are our two equations. Y equals -7x plus 11. All right, knock that out real quick. Let's go. Type those two equations into your calculator and see what the point of intersection is. It looked to me like it was the midpoint of EF, but what do we get, guys? Was that right? 1-4. So it looked like the answer was 1-4. All right. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. All right. I don't know of any formula for that one. All right, I just know the centroid formula. All right, so now let's grab and do an orthocenter. All right, so let's check out, let's do the hard one. Let's do number 3. Let's do the hard one. All right, here we go. -3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bless you. 1, 2, 3. Then 3, -2. Okay. Let's graph that up real quick. Give you another minute. Is that not right? Is that what yours looks like? 10, -3. No, I think I'm checking mine. -3, 4. And then 3. Yeah, mine's right. Okay. So here we go. Now listen to me, guys. The orthocenter goes perpendicular to the opposite side through the vertex. So the first thing I need to do is I need the slope of PQ. I need the slope of PQ. Now, the reason you graph it's because it's easy to calculate what the slope is, right? So the slope of PQ, I went down 7, and then I went to the right 13. Anybody agree with that? Is that right? The slope is 7/13, correct?
Mhm.
Everybody happy?
Yeah.
So then the slope of the perpendicular would be what? -13/7. And I want it to pass through R. The orthocenter passes through the vertex. So what is R? The coordinate of R is 3, -2. What?
Would it be, wouldn't it be?
That's what I said. Oh, no, I didn't say that. It is what? Thank you. We almost messed that whole up. Come on, guys. That's what I'm saying. I need your help. -7/13. Thank you. So the slope is what? +13/7. Right.
I thought we only needed to find the perpendicular, circum, no, yeah, the circum.
No. All right. Now write the equation. All right. So the equation is going to be y + 2 equals 13/7 times x minus 3. Everybody agree with that? Now, I don't even feel like going up 13/7, but I'm going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is even in the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That point would be way over there. All right. Hopefully you agree with that. That's the perpendicular line. All right, so now let's just go ahead and solve it for y. So it'll be easy. Y + 2 equals 13/7 x minus 39/7. And then when I subtract 2, I'm subtracting another 14/7, right? So y equals 13/7 x minus 53/7. Anybody else get that? Right? What did you get, kiddo? Yeah, then I subtracted 2, right? You did good. -3 times 13 is -39. Then I subtracted 2.
Oh.
Okay. So now let's find the slope. Now we'll do the slope of RQ. All right. I need the slope of RQ. What's the slope of RQ?
3.5
3.5.
over.
Down 1/7.
Oh.
-1/7. The slope of RQ is -1/7. Do we agree with that? So that means the slope of the perpendicular would be what? 7. Does everybody agree with that? And do we agree we're talking about RQ, so it must be going through what point? The one that we haven't talked about, P. So what's P? Hold up. What's P? -3, 4. Bless you. So -3, 4. All right. So now y minus 4 equals 7 times x plus 3. Distribute. Y minus 4 equals 7x plus 21. Y equals 7x plus 25. Is everybody good on that? And then you just graph those two lines. All right, you find the point of intersection. Listen, I think I'm going to give us a quiz on this. We spent too much time. All right. So it'll be early next week, not on Monday. But listen, please make sure you know how to do this. All right. Please make sure There's 3 practice problems for each, all right? Please make sure you know how to do it, all right? You're welcome. Great day. That was so much fun.